afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our All Recovery meeting. My name is Karen, and I'm one of your recovery coaches.
Hi, I'm Raina. I'm another one of your recovery coaches here.
And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Craig. I'm also a recovery coach.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Mike, one of your recovery coaches. Also, welcome everybody. Got a full slate here today.
The first all recovery meeting with all the recovery coaches.
Yes, our first one. So any questions and stuff y'all have, just put them in the comment section. Ms. Raina will answer them all. We will get it done. Welcome, everyone.
So just a reminder, we do have our family group meeting this Saturday. From the center will be open from 11 to 3. 11 to 2. But the meeting is going to be scheduled for 12 to 1 p.m. So if anyone would like to stop by and share your personal story, please come on in.
Yes, please come on and join us because we're going to be here this Saturday, and we always want to deal with the family dynamic of people who struggle with substance use disorder. It's very important. The family part is very, very important. Trust me.
We also have a walk for wellness on Saturday, this Saturday as well. It's at 10 a.m. It's free admission. They're going to meet at the Bridgeton High School, and they're going to walk. I believe there's going to be several resources out there. So yeah, just go on, get a walk, and get some information.
And they're also giving out $25 gift cards to ShopRite for anyone that gets vaccinated.
Oh, right.
Spread the word.
That's good. $25 gift card. What else we got? Any roles coming up?
Row is scheduled this Monday. I have Ruben's scheduled in here. Monday, May 23rd, right?
Yeah.
At the Millville Police Department from 10 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we have I believe, a job resource fair.
We got a lot going on in the county.
Yeah, so June 7th, we have, which is a Tuesday. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 1. If it happens to rain on that day, they will reschedule it to Tuesday, June 14th. It's going to be at the Cumberland County Courthouse on 43 Fayette Street, and it is a job resource fair.
Oh my, that's good stuff. Okay, we got a lot of stuff going on in our county. You just gotta participate and look out for it. And what else we got? That's it, right?
Yep, that's about it.
Then stay tuned for all of our open house dates we got coming up in June. We will have a flyer and I will be sharing it soon. We got the open house. We got 3 different dates that we're going to be doing the open house. The dates was June
6th or June 4th.
Ms. Rena had it messed up on the email, but June 2nd.
Rena had it messed up.
I just
called it.
Yeah. June 2nd, June 7th, and June 18th. So it's going to be Thursday, Tuesday, Saturday. So that's 3 different days that we're going to have an open house, and all of y'all are welcome to participate. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's always good to show people that they can enjoy themselves in recovery, because a lot of times people think once you get in the process of recovery, you lose your fun. I don't know why, but it is some people who think that. So today we're going to be talking about rebuilding your life after addiction, and we're going to give you some tips for a new start. And the reason why I thought about this is because the whole process, I think a lot of times we forget that it's a whole process. And I always use my own personal life of having 13 years. I tell all my friends or mentees or sponsees, whatever terminology you want to use, I tell them that it's an ongoing process. It's not, I'm not exempt, or people in recovery is not exempt from experiencing the same things that they are experiencing. So if we're all in the same world, what is this person doing versus a person who continued to fail differently? And I think a lot of times we think the rebuilding process is a one-time event when really it has to become a lifestyle. Like you literally have to live it every day. When you wake up the next day, guess what? You got to do it all over again. And as soon as you get to that place, Miss Rita was talking about, as soon as you get to that place, like I got it, that's when you're about to go down. Yep. There is absolutely never a place where you say, I arrived. That's it. I don't have to do no studying, no in no recovery, no. Whenever you get to that place, it's the worst place to be.
Some more growing to do.
Yeah, because you really think you arrived. So we're going to go through these lessons right here. And it says, suddenly enter a drug and alcohol recovery program and becoming sober is difficult enough. But rebuilding your life after addiction can only complicate things more. Initially, you'll have to conquer withdrawal symptoms and cravings to use again, which is the substance part. Returning to the real world and continue a sober lifestyle after spending years of substance abuse addiction can be like coming out of a cave. I was just telling them that in the when we was doing a presentation about you being in first step right now, but it's not over when you complete first step. Don't think that. The transitional process will require several changes, several steps and resolutions that may be strictly followed to be successful. This is critical if you're working on your recovery or recently become sober and want to continue the path after rehab. So after spending an amount of time in treatment, the transitional process, man, I'm telling you, this is very important. We might have to do this like twice. The transitional process of rebuilding your life after addiction can be challenging and will require several steps. So we had several changes and we have several steps. I think that's why I call it 12 steps. Here are 10 tips to rebuilding your life after addiction. So we're going to go through these things, and remember, this transitional process is so it's dear to me. Last night I had happened to not really run into, or was talking to somebody briefly, and I obviously know that they had went back into their substance use, and I paused quickly to tell them, you got to continue the process. And the only thing I can try to explain to individuals is the rebuilding or the transition process is an ongoing thing. There's absolutely no day that you can ever get to the place and you don't try to. I'm not saying you don't have to take a break and take rest, but the rebuilding process takes several changes and several steps. Somebody want one?
Sure. I'll take number one. And number one states, by the way, this article was brought to you by Granite Mountain and BHC.com.
Thank you.
And we have to put that disclaimer out there. Also, step number one, slow and steady wins the race. Often, those who are recently rebuilding their life after addiction believe they are suddenly ready to jump back right into the world. Far from the truth, as Mike said earlier. But they usually realize quickly they are very far from being 100% ready. And I experienced that when I went through the therapeutic program. I thought I was complete. I went all through orientation, main treatment, and reentry. And I said, oh, I'm done. Gave me my certificate. They said, oh, look, you got a continuation plan. I said, what is that's aftercare.
You told them about all the treatment you did. They told you, oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Sorry, right. It's amazing. You'll feel reinvigorated and recharged and living life to its fullest, but you should moderate. You should moderate. Take your time. Don't rush into it. Life pace will likely feel quite differently now, and it might take time to reacclimate. But remember, regarding substance addiction recovery, slow and steady wins the race. All right? The race is not to the swift, the race is to those who endure to the end.
That's good stuff, man. But you gotta take it slow and steady. And the reason I always say I can only use my own personal experience, but the reason why you want to take it slow and steady is for a prime example. When I didn't have a check or I didn't have a job and I was coming from rehab, if I would have got upset that I didn't have this job, I didn't get a job literally until two months and a half after rehab. I was just doing like side end things, but I really wanted to check. I'm like, I'm picking up money because I'm not lazy, but I wanted a job. I wanted, but I just had to take it slow. I had people around me I wasn't obviously starving. People was like, helping and assisting you, but I still had to take it slow. I had to take it slow. So you have to do the exact same thing. It's a good tip right there.
And sometimes people want to like get back everything that they lost, the job, the house, the kids, like all at once, and then get overwhelmed and end up, backsliding. So it's good to take things little by little.
Backslide.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different term from relapse.
Yeah.
It's still all the same.
All the same
Yep.
boat. But that slow and steady pace, it will benefit you better.
Yeah, in the long run.
Yeah, because we often talk about the substance aspect, but as I believe you said, Mike, before, there's different components. There's anger, there's emotions,
Everything.
there is psychological. That's a whole host of things. But this article we're going to touch on 10, right?
Yeah, we're going deep. Let's get it. Who's next? Put one next.
I'll do step 2. Make things right. Chances are in the substance abusing days, you did bad things or failed during that previous lifestyle. Even though these things happened during the addiction era, these actions had still caused people to become upset or have animosity. However, most loved ones will be happy to have you back healthy and sober and begin to realize the influence of old wounds can heal as time goes on. It is crucial to quickly and effectively find ways to repair any damage you previously caused and make sure you make things right. And that's not saying I'm sorry, I won't let it happen again. It's like taking the effort and showing that you are making things right.
That's good because I don't know what step it is. I can't remember about making amends and everything.
The
But
9th step.
thank you.
That's the one I'm working right now.
Oh, see, was a good team right
The
here.
amends making
I know it, but I
things
just
right
didn't know
phase.
which one it was.
Mhm.
But that's good though. And majority of that making amends, a lot of people think verbally saying, I'm sorry. But nothing is more powerful than you just living a different lifestyle.
Absolutely.
When you live in a different lifestyle, it's like you saying sorry by not doing the same things that you did before. So you got to make things right. And a lot of times, if I remember, somebody's always watching you. So if you're living a different lifestyle from the lifestyle that caused the pain or whatever, trust me, they'll be like, I remember I was in Walmart and it was a very scareful time in my recovery walk because I did stuff when I was using it, and it was like with a guy that was in a gang with drugs and stuff, and I just totally stole the drugs and everything. So I seen them in Walmart when I was clean, and my wife was with me. What I did was I got my wife to go into another aisle to get something because I literally thought that this is going to not be bad, and I don't want my wife to get into this situation. I made her go into another aisle to get something that I totally didn't want, and he was coming to me. I was like, Dad, And he came up to me, and at that time I had like 2 years clean. He said, "Man, I've been watching you. That was messed up what you did for me." Right? And he said, "But keep doing what you're doing." And I said, I was like, I wasn't scared, but I was happy that I didn't have to, get into all that stuff.
Relax.
Yes. But he said, "I've been watching you, and I noticed you changed." He said, "Keep doing what you're doing." So even in that situation, I was able to make amends or make things right with somebody that was totally not thinking about doing right things at that time. I don't know what he's doing now, but he seen what I was doing and he was willing to say, "You know what? Now, if I was still running around doing, I don't care."
But your mind was focused on positive reinforcement.
So sometimes, like I was saying, making things right, you can just live your life the right way and repair some of those things.
Yeah.
Who's up?
Step three.
Number 3 is do what's expected of you. Another step to take when mending relationships with friends and family, and to find out what they expect and need from you and their expectations of your behavior when dealing with them. For example, if you began using drugs and alcohol as a teen and now you're in your late 20s, the early 30s, life has changed. You may only remember things back when you were sober and a functioning family member, but those roles and expectations in those relationships have also changed. This discussion isn't only for your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones too. They've gotten used to viewing you as a substance abuser and will continue to think of you that way unless you can show them differently. They may even expect too much now that you are back to being sober. Follow the rules and do what's expected of you to help make loved ones view the present and form more practical standards moving forward.
To help make the loved ones view the present and form more practical standards moving forward. Because
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, because they can put too much on you too quick.
Yeah, and it's almost reiterating what Raymond was saying.
Yeah.
It ain't what you say, it's what you do.
Yep.
And you said people are watching you, so through a course of time, you make strides. And I found out during my state of recovery is that if you doing what's right, people are willing more to help you, along the journey, because who don't want to help a person improve themselves?
Especially when you see they're trying to do right. It's sort of like what we are. One of the things Miss Raymond was talking about yesterday on the road about advocacy.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things we do when we helping somebody and we see they doing right, it gives us another, like it makes us like, okay, he remember we talking about the guy, he going to the program. So now you want to go extra, make sure this guy get this ride. We want to make sure because we want to help. We see the person trying to do right, so you go that extra, like
You rooting for them.
Yeah, you advocate.
That's that empowerment.
Yeah, but that's like you were saying. People want to help you when they see you. At least you trying. You probably ain't got it all right, but this person at least trying.
At least trying.
They trying. And we had a situation like that yesterday. Ms. Green, we were talking to her like, look, how about we do this? She was giving them mad ideas, like options. Well, what about this? What about
Grab one.
And buddy, look, he went today.
Yep.
That's great.
And she kept going like, what about,
Success story.
Yeah, so you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Everybody loves a good success story.
And what he did what was expected of him. All he had to do, he said, I want to do this and do this. He did it. He said, I got to do this. Let me let my mom know this. Let me do this. He did it. And then the next day, he eventually went. So all we got to do, and a lot of times, some people, if they put too much pressure on you, my wife learned that when I would come home from programs, she learned it later. She would put a lot of responsibilities on me, but she didn't know. When she finally went to get help for her, which should be the family dynamic, she was like, "Oh, that was the wrong strategy. That was you." They was like, "Yeah, that wasn't it. That was you." He probably can't even pay a bill. You trying, But she was putting pressure on him. But then it comes a time when you're trying to do what's expected of you. For another example in my own personal experience, I had responsibilities as far as bills. It was an electric bill too. I was expected to pay it. I didn't pay it, and then one day we sit in the house and the lights go off. I'm like, I told my wife, I asked her, I said, honestly, you probably did the first thing like, I know this guy, relax, like because like, hold on, you're not paying bills.
Yep.
But that's the first thing that goes when you neglect home.
Old behavior. The thought of old behavior.
Yep.
You be like, All right, next step forward. This is my big one.
Mm-hmm.
Follow through. Life after rehab will be tough enough adjusting to life and finding time to discuss in details what is expected of you. But now that friends and family have given you the ground rules moving forward, Now you'll have to follow through on it. You beat substance abuse and addiction, and now the time has come to change old habits, correlating to how you relate to others, things you do for them, handling obligations, and more. People you speak with may be duly impressed by the interest you display in what they believe and required to consider their expectation. But what will impress them and help form a solid relationship is by following through on your commitments now and long term, showing them.
Yeah.
That's like you following through and showing them. And I remember as a motivational speaker, I forgot his name. He was in the NBA before, and he has a motivational tape that he talks about, and it's called the follow through. He said he was in college and he kept shooting the ball, and he was missing the shot all the time. And his coach said, just keep following through. And eventually, all the people on his college team who were better than him, that were making their shots, they was just shooting, they were making them, never made it to the NBA. He made it to the NBA, and all the other people didn't. And when he got to the NBA, he said, man, how do you make it? He said, I kept following through. And I remember he said he was missing, but he kept the form. And they said he just kept following through. And eventually he made it. And that in recovery, we got to follow through all the time too.
Yeah, I think that's like huge for rebuilding relationships. Like also makes me think of my kids. Because like for so long it was like, yeah, I'll get to it, I'll do it. And then it never happened. So when I say that today, I make sure I follow through.
That's true.
And do, what I'm saying I'm going to do.
You got to follow through.
Mhm.
That's more important to your words, everything. So ain't nothing about it like a reliable person. When they follow through on what they say or what they going to do.
Especially for so many years when your word was not
Nothing.
reliable.
Hey man, take my word on it. Nah, I got it. I appreciate your heart in the right place, but I got it. So always remember follow through. Who's up next? Me?
Step number 5, leave old friends behind. After leaving rehab, it is crucial to cut ties with all previous substance abusing and addicted friends from the past, regardless of the support they claim they'll give you during your path to sobriety. The fact is, their presence will only stall your progress, even in situations where it's a good friend or even a family member. They will bring you down and possibly trigger you to use again.
Mhm.
So you have to that's some good advice. You have to leave old friends behind. So
Especially if they still use.
yeah, because they can, what does the article say? They can stall your progress.
Stall.
People, places, and things.
People, places, and things.
During individual psychotherapy sessions, you'll learn that even friends and family members who are happy that you'll become sober still may not fully support your new lifestyle.
That's good.
I was listening to a sermon. The guy says, all right, turn to your
Neighbor.
And they turned to the neighbor and they said what he asked them to say. He said, nah, that's one of your haters. Now turn to your congratulator. And so therefore be aware those who say they vote for you, they may not
They fully support you.
fully support
Because everybody don't truly, you would think everybody will support your lifestyle change. And then I've learned later, that some people, he said, your issue was using drugs. Their issue was you having to call on them.
Wow.
I said, that's good. He said, they were addicted to you always saying, I need you. So that was their
Codependency.
yeah. So now you don't need them. They like, she ain't all that.
I have a friend that's going through that actually with his marriage.
Yeah.
Because the wife was so used to picking up the pieces,
Yeah.
and now he's like standing on his own too, and it's kind of like.
Don't need me. Like I don't. It's not. It's totally.
Mhm.
And that's tough because everybody's not fully support your new lifestyle.
So the article says, when someone or friends or family don't fully support your new lifestyle, don't take that personally. They're just afraid you'll push they're just afraid you'll push your get clean ways and lifestyles onto them.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's something to think about. They'll realize your lives are going in an entirely different direction with them on the opposing end of the spectrum. Mike just talked about that. Even if that's not the case and you still fully support each other, hanging with others, getting drunk or high will only tempt you. Being around them can at any moment trigger a relapse. So stay away or keep it at busy, right? Formal meeting places. No amount of sentiment is worth your health, happiness, and especially your sobriety. Leave old friends behind. I just want to share this because as I was reading, I was thinking and trying to get it all out. That's why I was muddling and stuttering. But anyway, enough said of that. Like, I got old friends who I haven't seen or spoken with in a long time, and they be sending me friend requests. And so before I accept a friend request, I do a assessment. I check their page, and one of the guys, I really, me and him got along really good, and he's smoking marijuana, and I'm like, I don't think I'm be able to do that one, Maybe we can talk, on the phone, distance, but, people, places, things.
Yeah, it's important. And the old baby I was in when my friend passed away not so long ago, and we were in Atlantic City, and we was taking pictures, and there was all these people in the pictures, but they had like stuff I don't know, but I'm like, yo, y'all gotta get out of the picture, or take the stuff out of the picture at least, right? Yeah. So they disregard anything I say. But all the guys that I grew up with, how I am, they start covering all their stuff. The people was like, yo, what are you doing? They put their shirts on their stuff. They covering up. They was like, yo, he's sad. He can't. What are y'all doing? Like, yeah. But that's, my wife said they're good friends. They're the friends you want to be there, you know what I mean? And that, like, he don't do this, so why would I do this around him? Whatever you struggle with is on you. Yeah. But one of the things right here, when it says they're just afraid you'll push your get clean ways and lifestyle on them, because let's say you so locked on, like my spiritual foundation is on the church, right? My recovery path, right? And I try to force everybody to do my path, right? You forcing my new lifestyle on you. That's what you don't. Whatever path you got, but you can't force it on the other individual. Right. So some people feel different about you because you try to force that on them. Like, this is why, and they're not really against it, but they don't like, that's not me though.
Right, many pathways of recovery.
Yeah, man, that's the worst thing. I can't stand. I be trying to teach people that all the time. Y'all keep trying to force people. That don't work. That's Charles described it. What's next? Me? All right, I take it. Finding new hobbies. Walking. Back in the substance abusing days, every day probably revolved around seeking and consuming drugs. That's called that imaginary world. Like, remember they talking about, hey, we could go to the trip to Baltimore. Baltimore. Yeah, I leave this block for you. Can y'all FaceTime me? What? I can't leave this area. It's like it's like that dog. They got the fence. The invisible fence. That's when you actively use it. You don't go outside of. Oh no, no. That's your normalcy. You might get instantly. I used to get instantly sick if I got too far from the place I need to. Yeah, like it's mental. Yo, you be mentally like, yo, I'm too far because I know what I need. Yo, you get mentally. Yeah,
that's like meeting new people who's not using or never used. Establish a relationship. Yeah. Conversation may just be foreign to you because you're speaking the same language, but it sounds foreign. Yeah, it's not. Finding new hobbies, okay? In the moments you were occupied with using substances were perhaps overshadowed by thoughts of when and how you were going to schedule using again. Absolutely. So now that you're clean, what will you do with your free time now? Substance addiction has left a giant hole in your life. You have to fill that void. That is so important. With something positive. And now is the time for you to fill that hole with something productive, man. Engaging in fun. Finding new hobbies is easy.
Try by volunteering, pursuing further education or other positive or fulfilling hobbies to keep a new life on the right path. So this is good. New hobbies, sponsor new hobbies. Walking. I like fishing. Yeah, go fishing, man. Just go out there, catch a couple of little babies.
Little guppies.
Little guppies.
They don't,
Hey, man,
they
ain't
don't
no
go back.
Is it so wild? Hey, yeah, I throw them back. All of them. Fishing, what is they called? The ward, the life, something they got. You gotta have your
Game
life.
warden?
Yeah, the game. Game warden. Hey, I see Mike in the paper, man. What do you do, man? It was over fish. Little guppy.
How many guppies you had?
Boy, they go there, that thing go viral, and then we got this up in a bucket full of baby fish. Boy, his life changed for real. All right, let's go to number 7. Y'all is terrible. See, we have fun. This is Capital Recovery Center. Oh, man.
Number 7, start exercising. Think back to the days of drinking and using substances. How often did you work out during that period? Although now you're clean and sober, are you in good health? Those who start exercising can feel a world of difference regarding improving overall brain health, boosting energy levels, feeling of self-confidence, and sense of well-being. So whether it's hiking, swimming, yoga, cycling, Pilates, joining a gym, or a team sport, exercise can take things to a whole other level. Another reason to start exercising is to meet others dedicated to living a healthy lifestyle, which will help support your newly found healthy habits.
Meet other people, start exercising, doing something. It doesn't have to be much. I missed the recovery walks we had before. That September, we was just.
Census walk.
We went to Millville, Bonnet. Yo,
Sam was out there, the greatest city of Bristol, the great city
I
of
think,
Bristol.
do we do it in September? September.
Yeah, we still do the September because it's recovery month.
Month, okay, yeah.
I mean, and we still have the walking through recovery every Friday. but
Morning, nobody's showing up.
No one shows up.
Just us walking for, but we support you, listen, man. But different exercises is good. Start exercising. You can find any little thing. My mom, she's 76 or something. She texted me. She should be texting me soon. I'm about to take a walk, and she walks around her complex, and she lets me know I'm back from my walk. Then when it's nice, I walk. I said, that's all right, man. I want to be like, I hope I ain't heard that G around 70 something to be like, hey kids, I'm going for a walk. I said, I hope I keep that, man. All right, number 8.
Number 8 is start dieting.
Uh-oh.
Like most people who
Uh-oh.
spent years abusing substances, you likely didn't have the best diet throughout that period. Your body's condition is influenced by what you eat, and it may now be showing signs of malnutrition caused by long-term neglect. It is crucial to minimize fats, cut junk food out from your diet, cut out sugar and unhealthy food, and eat fresh fruit, veggies, fish, and lean meats daily. Also, drink lots of water and cut back on coffee or energy drinks.
All right, listen.
Energy drinks are huge. I swear they're replacing coffee and
Everything, yeah. They are. But dieting, everybody finds that. Dieting is challenging for everybody. You ain't even got to be in recovery. Dieting.
Yeah.
It's just challenging for everybody. Just because it has to become a lifestyle. When it becomes a lifestyle, it becomes easier. You know? When you just you know what I mean? Like me getting up, like nobody will have to teach me. I read the Bible every morning. Nobody ain't got to get up and tell me to read it. Like it's such a part of me that I notice if I don't do it. So dieting is the same thing. When dieting becomes a lifestyle, it's not even dieting to you. It's like, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? So if you find it challenging, you're not by yourself. Not by yourself.
Not by yourself.
Number 9.
Get plenty of rest.
Bye.
Whatever your sleep schedule was in the substance abuse era, it probably wasn't very conductive to providing good mental and physical health. Staying up all night and sleeping all day sound like our target behavior population, but we're gonna get it together. Along with broken sleep throughout the night, did not help your health or mood. going multiple days without sleep, and then crashing are only a few basic models of sleep schedules that qualify as rest for a substance abuser.
Yes, your sleep pattern was definitely out of whack.
That's true.
Sleeping, you thought you was gonna miss a high. I can't go to sleep. What's that?
Yeah.
Wait, why are y'all sleeping?
The drug didn't let you go to sleep.
Yeah. Then when you crashed, that's when I slept. Like I woke up somewhere. Like I didn't even plan to go to sleep. That was a crash.
I think I said this story, Mike. I said I had a court appointment. And I was up all that night prior. I was getting high. And so I'm in the hallway. And so my head is down. And when I look up, I see nothing but lawyers, prosecutors, nice suit on.
Yeah, where I'm at.
I'm like, what in the fuck? I felt so embarrassed. But I always remember that vividly. Like,
You crashed.
I cried.
You crashed. That was a crash. But it wasn't he planned to sleep. That was a crash. Boom. That's when your body said, you know what? You go ahead. I'm standing. That's when your body be like, you know what? This dude gonna keep running, huh? All right. I got something for you. What was on?
Right?
Yeah.
Are we done there?
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's another part that says, chances are you'll be surprised to see the difference sleeping for 8 hours every night can make it. It can help convert into a far better mood, higher energy levels, sharper mental alertness, better health, and more. But it all starts with getting plenty of rest.
We get most, I'd say 6 hours. How many hours sleep?
I think I sleep too much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I sleep a lot.
I wish I had that problem.
I can't, no matter what, I get up early. I can be off. I'm rested. I'm not like lack of energy, but I don't know, my brain and everything is sharp in the morning. Like, and I go to sleep. Last night I was watching basketball or whatever. It was like 9:30. My grandkids was jumping all over, and I was like, Papa, get up, jump. I'm like, I'm not jumping. So next thing I know, the game was going off. I was like, Dad, I ain't watching none of the game. Man, I hit record. But plenty of rest. It's important to get rest. I've learned how to discipline myself to get rest during the period of the week too. Like when I'm not doing that, just sitting around. Step 10. Let's do.
We won't read.
I don't know who want me on. All right, step 10. The most critical step to set and accomplish goals. The most critical step to take following substance addiction rehab is to figure out your life goals and set about following them. This will help put our positive things in motion. Now that you're headed along a solid path towards your dream, like exercising, getting plenty of rest, and being good to loved ones will eventually fall into line. This is an especially significant step to practice since you're probably not set any meaningful goals due to your substance abuse. Now your new future is a blank slate. Wow, that's what they told us. And you decided who and what you want to become, accomplish in life, but you must make that decision and carry it out.
It's a follow through again.
That's their follow through. A blank slate.
Yeah, I like that. Your new future.
The new future. That's what yesterday we had at my church Bible study, and the lady that was doing the Bible study, that was doing the Bible study, she passed out a blank paper to everybody when they came in for Bible study. And then at the end, she said, she said, write your name on it. And we wrote our name on top. And then at the end of the thing, we was like, yo, what was the blank paper for? She said, that's a clean slate. You got a clean slate every day. I said, I like that. I'm still in there. I give credit the first time. After that, I came up with that. But anyway, set goals and accomplish goals. We talked about this when we had our team building. Remember that when they was doing their presentation, and a lot of people here was like, one of the things that my score is low in is my goals or purpose. And a lot of times, that's a part that people had goals or set goals, they just got away from them for whatever reasons. So I think we need to set goals, and we need to do that one day. We're going to do a board. A vision board.
Yeah.
That vision board is waiting for y'all.
Yeah, we need that. We need a vision board. We need it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a vision board. All right, guys, we see y'all next week. Tuesday, right? Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Thank you for joining us.